Hey, graduates. Quick chat live. Sometimes it's all about the dark. I know, Jalicia. Hold on, I'm going to change the settings on here because I know say whenever I go live like this, at that time the trolls them roll out. And I am not in the mood. You understand? Hold on 1 second. Let me go into my studio. Oh, this message me. Guys, listen. I am at home relaxing. It's that time of the month, and anytime it's that time of the month, I'm in so much pain. I am just not in the mood to show my face tonight. But I still want chit chat with my graduates a little bit because I kind of wondering. Me don't know. Me don't know if I'm just different or if I'm me alone I see. Hold on 1 second. Let me log into this. Hey, Foreign Woman TV, what's up? Big up yourself, girl, so nice. My Renshaw, as she said, please like up the live as soon as you come on. Come here, go say something, you know. Let's just hope the internet don't run up and down with it, but me go say something because it have to be said. You see, out here, in social media, there are certain things that you have to be aware of. And I'm not saying that I'm any expert, but honestly, the way I see some of the people I'm out here I genuinely believe I'm more resilient than most. Because me not understand. Yeah. No members. No. Subscribers only. Let's change that. We don't want no something there over here. Troll. Right, that's so. Save. It should pop up now. No man, you're not late. There we go. Subscribers only mode. Now you tell me, people. Those of us who have been around as on social media for long enough, don't there are people out here that will go out of them way for tell some lie upon you and make up story upon you just for dry out? Am I the only person who knows this? And that the people who do this are more or less discredited across the internet as exactly this kind of person. So if we know that there are specific people who do these things and they have their followers and supporters, you can't really stop that. Is it worth the time to be constantly rebutting? Me no know, it boring to me, and it just look a little bit sad. Me no know. Come see, me see what going out there though. And me just a watch on the outside and on the borderline. And just a observe. And then the persons are coming out and saying, I'm not going to defend myself, whatever they want to say, let them say. But yet, live after live after live is about rebutting everything that the person is saying. I bet you just come out and say you're going to rebut them and done. You understand? I bet you just come out and say, me I go cuss out your nastiness and me I go tell you the truth. And anything you say about me I go make people know say a lie you tell. Then play this game of, I'm not going to clarify myself. I'm not going to defend myself. And yet you're doing exactly that. It just look so, I don't know, like child's play. Some of these people is coming like to them still upon the school grounds. Still in the playing field. Still I try show who popular from who not popular. Still I play that silly game. And that's why some of these people out here, me not blog about them again, Me might talk about them indirectly. Me never call their name. No, Leggy, dude, the thing is so irritating. It's irritating beyond belief. I'm just sitting back and I'm just like, shut up. I'm sick of hearing you now. It's annoying. It's so annoying, and it just, boy, people me see it now, but I said, I'm just come talk to my credits because I'm wondering if I'm bloody blind and I'm just seeing what, maybe I'm getting it wrong. No, no burst, boss dog, no burst. Afternoon, Olivine. Wait, whenever you let my graduates there, we don't start talk. I'm gonna go through the chat. Faith Bell, Bayesian Girl, Jalicia, Sexy San, Dorothy. It is what it is. Big up on a nice clean self. Andreen, Dorothy Kilburn, Green Lettuce. Big up yourself. Three Leaf Clover. Hi, Wendy. Big up yourself. Debbie Jervis, what's up, sis? Long time. A big up Foreign Woman TV already. Donna Lawrence, big up yourself. Misty Brown, loving the Purple Hearts. Maureen, Kelsey's World of Adventures, big up yourself. Shay, I know you're not late, sweetheart. Stacy McDonald, big up yourself. Donna British TV, big up your nice clean self. Survivors Hands, Shay Brown. Tashel, what's up, sis? Tashel, what a blouse and skirt ticket you end up again. Oh my God. You see how American systems stay? I'm afraid over there, No, sir. That is one of the reasons why whenever I travel there, I do not drive. I'm afraid. Sasha, big up yourself. Pi Gordon, big up yourself. PLJ, big up yourself, my member. Shauna Geddes, I see you. Who else is here? Carol, Bayesian Girl, says true, and people always fall for it. I'm telling you, QT, Talia Grisham, big up yourself. Shay, I see you. Yeah, man. Talia, big up yourself. Olivine Campbell, Boss Dog, big up Leggy already. Them boosting to like a them alone. A them alone. What eyes? Boy, all I know is that, right? Yes, social spectator. It's boring as f. It really and truly is. It's sad though. He acting on intelligence at the same time. He's so embarrassing. I'm telling you. Hey, Lady V, big up yourself. Vibes, Wagwan, Brenda, Zenergy. I see you. Yes, man. It is what it is. But Juju. Big up yourself, Island Breeze. I'm getting close. I'm about to burst. Okay. Um, I'm telling you about my bust the case. That's good, Tashel, because when I see the price, I say, blow, whoa, whoa. That was a lot of money. You understand? It's crazy. Sexy Side said, Tashel, but sorry to laugh at you, but you start laugh first. Glad it sort out. Yeah. So, we have to be a bit more resilient as content creators, as platform holders to certain things, right? And to specific types of personalities out here. You see, the internet, it can be a very beautiful space, but it is what you make of it. It can also be a very miserable space in that you end up coming on here and you, instead of you feeling more uplifted, more enlightened, more entertained, you end up feeling emotionally drained, depressed, sad, upset, angry, and all of those things. And you have really and truly got to learn how to protect your peace. And if you can't, calm down. And I don't know if some people find it very, very difficult to actually distinguish between what is worth relating to and what is not, or if it is truly an emotional imbalance where you are so fragile that you have to clap back, go after, lick out against every little thing that people whose sole purpose on social media is to get a rise out of you. You have to respond to them and you have to acknowledge what they are saying and so on and so forth, to the point where you even end up saying things that are not true. And then now, fact finding bloggers like myself, I go hear some of the things them way I say and feel inclined to educate the audience and let the people them know say foolish this attack. Now, General Star, I can't but I know. My question is why they could not show that proof years back. All of them something there too. But the thing is this. Leggy. To whom is the proof necessary for? Has there been a decline in sales? Have people started turning away from your establishment? Are they worth you going out on a limb in order to prove things? And that's in itself, okay, that part of it was factual and showing what has happened recently and so on is factual and all of that's great. But do we need to put, all right, me here, all kind of things being said about myself. You know, some people think I teach in a real life. I let it just go. I've said it so many times on my lives. I am no longer in the classroom. I've spent over 15 years in the classroom. A step away from that. Them still not get it. That there are many roles in education. Am I going to come out here and pull out a certificate? Me hear people say, you're not a real teacher. So, okay, fine. Does that affect my paycheck? It doesn't. You understand? It doesn't affect my paycheck. So I don't care what they think. I don't have to come out here and pull up no certificate. Me hear some me only recently get my passport. Me have to laugh. I don't look. I just say, yeah, whatever. You understand? They chat a lot of crap and they say these things to get you to come out here and defend and rise up the evidence and fling out the documents and re. Who the hell are these people? Who are these people? They're nobody. They do not matter when it comes to what is more important in your life. So let them think so. If them things say you're illegal, make them think it. If them things say, yeah, borrow people man, make them think it. If they, listen, because when somebody has set up their mind that they don't like you, nothing that you say or do is going to convince them otherwise. You understand, energy? Nothing you say or do is going to convert them into thinking that actually this guy has got it together or this girl has got it together. They've already predetermined that anything you say, they will come up with some reason why it shouldn't be believed. So when you end up in this circle, this circular motion of chasing your own tail, you just end up wasting time. And there's so much more important stuff to talk about. Now, one of the latest things that was said was that some social media personality has got AIDS. Let's talk about that. Because that's the foolishness chatting us. That's what I'm going to talk about. Now, first of all, do you know if the person who is serving you KFC has AIDS or not? Answer that question. Do you know if the person who is behind the Starbucks counter mixing your coffee has AIDS or not? Do you know if the baker in the patty shop, that's exactly, Lady V, do you know if the person in the patty shop that is mixing the dough, chopping up the seasoning, cooking the fillings has AIDS? No, exactly. So then, if you do not know any of these things and you still go about your life happily and merrily, what does that tell you? Are there any kind of restrictions on people who are HIV positive or AIDS status working in restaurants? Are there any restrictions on them working in the food industry? These are the kind of discussions that people should be having, because anybody who believes otherwise are ignorant, right? And I'm not saying they're stupid, I'm saying they're ignorant of the facts. And it's about educating the public. There are no restrictions on things like this, because when it comes to the virus itself, it let me tell you something. It does not survive outside of the body for very long. It's easy to destroy. Did you know? It takes direct contact, blood to blood, into your bloodstream. for it to become an issue. And if you had done any kind of research on it at all, you would have realized that people who are HIV positive and people who have AIDS in this day and age have exactly the same lifespan. Let me tell you the difference. Because people seem to think you have an AIDS diagnosis, you walk up and down, you look popped down, your skin full of sore, your teeth them a drop out. All of that is bullshit. It's a lie. Nothing don't go so. I have not one, not two, three friends who are, but they're outside with it. Them don't hide it. And that's from my days of working in voluntary sector as a domestic abuse officer. You understand me? And if you see those people, they're fit looking, healthy looking. You would never know because they're on treatment. Times have passed. Ultimately, when their diagnosis of AIDS happened, they were extremely sick because that's how you have to get to AIDS. It means that you have had the HIV positive virus for more than 10 years and you have not received treatment because you never know about it. So you end up getting what you call an opportunity illness, an opportunistic illness. It could be pneumonia, it could be, I don't know, some kind of cancer, something. And when they go and they do their investigations and their blood works, they find out that you have had the virus untreated for 10 years and more. Once you get your treatment and you recover, you look normal. And you still have the AIDS status. HIV positive does not necessarily mean AIDS. AIDS means untreated to the point where you receive an opportunistic infection. My nurses, speak up now, man. It is a damning accusation. Yes, it is. Because of the taboo mentality of our people. The fact that we continue to place prejudices and stigma against people in these communities. And that is why it is a damning accusation. But if you're going to defend yourself with factual information. And don't make yourself look as though you are trying to cover up by spreading misinformation. This is the kind of thing that I'm saying it becomes a dangerous game when you end up coming out here to defend yourself against people who are not providing valid information to the public. Then it makes people question you even more. Better you did keep quiet. You see me I say? Big up yourself, Kerry. I just think that at some point we have to have a level of maturity when it comes to how these people operate, because you're not dealing with your like level, or unless you are, and then you have to. You understand? It's exactly the same lifespan nowadays. So when people tell you that, no, sir, if you have that, you go walk up and go down and look like you're dead. No, the moment you are on treatment, you will look nice, said we. So don't make them, you understand? Just take yourself away and stop coming out and saying that you're not going to defend, and then you end up defending. It don't make no sense. I better you just come out and say, listen, everything it say, me I gonna knock that back and just do your thing. And be who you are. Right? But yeah, like I said, there needs to be a certain degree of resilience out here. And like Lady V said, defending yourself to he, she, and the old lady, when I have nothing to do with the price of rice in China, you understand, is not going to benefit you in any way, shape, or form. You know? And this is why, to some degree, many people, when they have got their online businesses, or their businesses rather, they keep it completely separate from their social media blogging and vlogging space. Because when it gets tied up together, it gets too messy. You know what I'm saying? The only social media business I have is related to my platform, and that is just my merch, which is attached to the brand of HTK. It is just merch. but my regular bread would never be attached to this. Because there are people who, once they don't like you, they will target everything about you and tear you down in the worst kind of way. And that's why I make my boundaries very clear. You see, there are certain bloggers out here who they will hate you before they know you. And certain social media personalities too. They don't have to just be bloggers, they could just be content creators. They will hate you before they know you. And then they will declare such on their pages. And then afterwards, when them see say actually some of the stuff you're doing is actually on point and they're interested and then them want to come and engage after making that kind of public declaration. We are humans behind a screen. And I'm saying to you, it is best often to stay in your lane or recognize those who recognize you. Because out here, people can be very messy. You understand? Very, very messy. Yes, you need to be strong. Yes, times have changed. It's even undetected. Exactly. It is even undetected after treatments, right? So I personally know someone who has been diagnosed with it over 25 years now. They're healthy looking. You won't even imagine they are unless they tell you. Exactly. Too sensitive. It can be a situation where he was advised to do all this. It can be Sims. It can, but if he's being advised to do all this, they should also advise him of the facts so that he does not come out here and misinform, especially around such a sensitive topic as that. You understand? Where his business is concerned, I have no comment. But that kind of information going out there into the public is not healthy and it's not responsible because it's not true. It isn't true. Right? But as I said, the more important discussion to be had is whether or not, because listen, it's not the first time he's had this discussion, but the previous discussion he had about it was healthy, in that he has said to his people, if I come out here and I tell you guys that I am, would it stop you from purchasing my cakes? And everybody said no. And this is not to say what they say and what they do will necessarily match up. But there is strength in knowing that at least the people who support you are not prejudiced in their support in that way. It isn't so important. Hello? When you really think about it, are them asleep with you? So why should they be bothered? You know what I mean? Big up yourself, chocolate and vanilla. They was not advised, that was trapping opposite position with the truth to prove a point. They was advised not to come out, stop making excuses, see for what it is. Exactly. Exactly. And it is an unhealthy cycle to participate in. It's an unhealthy cycle to participate in, especially when you are essentially feeding the bear. And as you feed the bear becomes more and more angry, and more traction is gained from the things that are uttered. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to handle the person legally, like my sisters here on this live, handle the person. But this tennis match, as I said, the supporters will support everything. But people on the outside or on the borderline of observation will be like, what is this? Why? What is the point? People can say whatever about me as long as it's not true. I don't give a damn. Yes. And this is what we have to recognize because, all right, always consider the source, right? Where is it coming from? Is it coming from somebody who is regarded as reputable, who is regarded of high esteem? Is it somebody who has influence in the circles where you wish to meander and mix? All of these kind of things is what you have to assess. And then you have to determine, how am I going to respond accordingly? If it is somebody who will definitely have an impact on your markets, then you may want to come out with a strong rebuttal that is legally undersigned. If it is somebody who is, insignificant to how you live and eat, right? Then no give it no knowings. And then 1 minute it's like, don't show me the things them, but then the things them still are reach. Make that make sense. You might as well take the things them from everybody. Because people still are sending it to you. Even if it's your select few. So you are interested in seeing. Even if it's for the purpose of for the lawsuit that's pending. But you then responding to it and then telling people you're not responding. It was the same confusing thing even Auntie used to do it back in the day. You understand? Where she would say, me no want to see, and then 2 minutes she had talk about. And it's like, well, which is it? Now she has learned. And she is literally not responding and not acknowledging and just doing her thing. She has truly evolved and grown in that way. But it's like some people take longer, considerably longer than others, to recognize that there is no benefit in going back and forth like that. Just hangle your bangle. Exactly, Bayesian girl. When people claim that they're not bothered but then reacts to every accusation, I just don't look. Yeah. I think in this case it's just best to keep focused and let the chips fall where it may. Words are wind if you know that the accusations are false. Correct. People can say they wouldn't do it until the shoe is on the other foot. Some person go very low to hurt you. Sims, let me tell you something though. I have had people do and say very low things about me on this social media. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. And I've heard them and I don't look. I've heard some real terrible things and I don't look because it's not true and it's not relevant to me. And I want them to believe whatever the hell they want to believe. And ignoring certain kinds of things can really and truly put them in them place because they've got nothing to feed on. Now, I'm not saying if something that has a legal implication or can genuinely affect. I'm not saying that I won't necessarily respond to that, but how I respond is the difference. It won't be a kind of like a who them and Rere. No. If I need to make a strong response, you're going to see it signed by a lawyer. That may I tell you. That's why I think it was advised. Jojo, how it for be advised and him do it and I said things when I go so. Me not think you think panda one day. You understand? He's of the same mindset as such people in Florida. They love the attention. And this is how it's going to come across, Island Breeze. This is how people are going to put it. They're going to be like, no man, but I enjoy this. Why you have to be going back and forth? Right? You want the attention. You want the drama around your name. You understand? Such people, I'm in Florida, right? They were pretending not to hear. But then when certain truths leak, so them have to run out. They would have to run out because we are get too close to what is really going on. So then that's when you say, and it was only one of the such person them had to fly out because them have to do damage control instantly because there was truth there. You see what I say? Even when things are sent to me, I still ignore them. Once I say I don't care, I truly don't care. And I am the same. I am the same. You know how much time people send things, they will message me and say, Ray, over there by your name. And I said, I don't want to know. Stop watching mad people. I don't care. I don't care what they have to say. Don't send me anything. I don't watch them. Oh, so and so over there, so I chat so and so. Okay. What's that got to do with me? I'm not going to look. Thank you, Zenergy. Thank you very much. It was not advised at all because they said the particular information was not even supposed for social media. It was something for them working on. I agree with you to a point, but words do hurt. And yes, how you respond is a difference. You have come out and respond with a statement from a lawyer. Yes, exactly, Tanisha. Listen, I'm not saying that no response is all, I'm saying how you respond is all. Make a strong statement. Show that you are taking steps to protect your brand. Yes. Put it where it needs to be put. The end. Anything else after that is a build up for your case. You understand? It's a build up for a case. Yeah, because even when it comes to defamation, the first step in defamation, is to request a public retraction and apology. Do you all know that? The first step in a defamation case is to request a public retraction and an apology. You see, once you request that and nothing and it not happen and it's still a carry on, then you start build and categorize everything. If you do not get that, if that person has not been served with some kind of mediation step where things can be fixed, and then you just fly up on top, but you go sue. They're gonna be like, well, did you give the person a chance to apologize? Did you give the person a chance to change things? So that's why I say certain things me not really too pay no mind. I have to just kind of watch and see how things go, right? See how things are, right? But I'm not gonna lie. The toing and froing has taken away from how I view certain social media personalities on here. It's kind of put me in a little shell. Me not go lie. And it's not like say me want to do so, but me just have to do so. Because I look up to a certain degree of strength and greatness out here. People who will turn their energy into creativity. I love that. I love that. I will feed off of that. But in terms of literally like this back and forth business, no, sister, even me, when I come out and I decide I'm going to rub somebody, I rub you, I'm gone. I now come back and forth with you. I don't care where you go over there go say after me done rub you. Because all I do is feel good, so I tell you everything when I feel. And I don't care about what you have to say, because if you're upset, you're supposed to upset. I'm gone. I think they're playing too much. And I don't like games. Yeah. You understand? We have to be careful out here about, especially those of us who have got established businesses, who have got, plans for growth and development, just how we engage and you see supporters them will support anything, but let me tell you something. Business opportunities, listen, business opportunities, people who will partner with you, people who will take you to other levels, will run a mile, when they see that. Because they're going to look at you and think, but emotional maturity is lacking, and there seems to be something here that is really striking a nerve. Maybe we ought to look into what the oppositional side is saying, because there is still a response going back and forth. And, this is what I'm trying to say to you. And that's why I am so pleased with how DMG has been developing over the periods. And even ever so often she go in at the whole speech about, the bad mind people then. But that is just a part and parcel of her experience out here on social media. But she does not throw direct jabs anymore. She used to. She doesn't anymore. Right? And she doesn't go back and forth talking about specific things. No, she put on her blinders and she focus on our business and our little show them and our entertainments and our blogging, because she blogs sometimes, and her vlogging, because she vlogs sometimes. That's admirable. We need to stop making people's opinion of us our business. If persons defame our name and we feel so aggrieved, then go silently legal for your justice. Amen. That's it, Lady V. Lady V, that is it. You understand? And you don't need to know the person's home address from, their business address. A document can be sent. Chocolate and vanilla, my new favorite people. Yeah, man. I am disappointed with the back and forth for real. I expect more from a certain social media person. So to go back and forth with someone or something that does not have anything to lose. Exactly. Because them not have nothing to lose, Nothing at all to lose. So them will go to hell and back. Hell and back. with you. You understand? Certain people, you just don't engage like that. And that is just my opinion. Obviously, the opinion also of some of my graduates. Some think otherwise. Some think, listen, no, that was a serious accusation. Those things that were being said need to be addressed. Fair enough. And if that person feels that they need to address it, that's their prerogative. But then don't say you're not going to address it and then you're addressing it. It just looks like child's play to me. Child's play. Angle your bangle, but do it. Listen, you remember, when before I got married, I was like such a softie. You understand? And when I met my husband, he was like, my girl, you see the way you are, people are able to take advantage of you all the time. And that man teach me. That man said to me, say, you see, if somebody come and then lick you with a stick, pick up a whole chair and cloth them. Then we never lick you with a stick again. I used to say to myself, you're so evil. But it was metaphorical. And I get what he means. You understand? Take a firm stance. Handle things. And make it clear that you're about business. Then go quiet. File everything. And deal with what you need to deal with. A whole heap of them out here, when me not answer back and them are constantly call my name, Me not look upon them, but let them say something that would be considered illegal against my name and see how quick it get added to a file. And it's only a matter of time. I'm telling you that now. But I'm not going to go out of my way and into no with them. The smartest thing they can do is not call my name and say whatever they wish. We must refuse to allow people beneath us to drag us beneath them. Yep. Indeed. That's why if me go rango-tango with anybody, them have a bigger than my platform. Other than that, me not look. Me not looking. There's nothing to gain. I'm joking. But seriously, yes, in a way I'm not. Right? We have to just be wise out here, man. Just be wiser than how we are. But you see, as I said, so everybody's journey is different. Some people learn faster than some. It looks that way. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it does affect how I view some of these personalities out here. It does. And I can't help how it affects that. Because when me give you ratings, me have to rate everything where you stand for. And if me can't rate everything where you stand for, and more me not rate everything where you stand for, then me I go question the ratings what me have for you. You know what I'm saying? It's just gotta be like that. Anyway, guys, as I said, this was a quick chit chat. Yeah. Big up on a nice clean self. And I won't be coming live tomorrow. I'm not sure. I may come live the day after. Yeah. There are some serious things I do want to discuss, including the situation with the gentleman that was on Auntie Donna's live. She was asking for me to look into it. So there's that and a few other things that I want to discuss on a serious level with regards to the Purple Heart community. So that will be my next live. I'm not sure if it will be tomorrow, if it will be Thursday, because I've got a few things that I've got to do. Big up on yourself, drop me some Purple Hearts, and I will see you the next time. But think on these things, right? And every day, even us as small platform holders, we have to think about how to respond sometimes when people come for you. I really and truly, and I'm not saying that you have to respond in no nicey poshy way. I ain't saying that. I'm saying back and forth. It does look ridiculous. And I made that mistake before. But I was a youngers in the business when I was making them mistakes. But no sensible person makes the same mistake over and over again and don't learn from it. Anyway, big up on yourself, people. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.